The Blanket Project is part of a three-part series with the New Mexico Service Learning Legacy Project, and it's the second phase of our workshop series where we role model the action of a service learning project. So we created the blankets for foster children in New Mexico, but as part of service learning you connect that to some learning that you did, and so we learned about foster children and statistics around foster children in New Mexico. Then we created the blankets, and then we did a reflection activity on what it was like to create those blankets, who's going to get them, and then we actually had 2 foster children come to our workshop and collect the blankets. So students are genuinely eager to learn, but the learning has to make a difference. It has to be relevant, and I have never had a student ask me during a service learning project, why are we learning this? Because they know the answer to that, and then they're interested and motivated to learn it. So when we're connected with the service learning project, the students know why they're learning the content they're learning, and they're doing something about it. The learning is rigorous, it's relevant, and they establish relationships and get to work together at the same time. So I believe that's why the students are motivated to participate, and really believe they're making the world a better place. Service learning has 6 key components. The first step is investigation. You might be investigating what are we going to study? What are we going to serve? Where are we going to connect in the community? So students can bring in different newspaper articles, things off the internet of issues or in the community. So we investigate what issues are out there. Then we prepare, and then once you have the investigation and preparation, you're ready to take action. You're going to take some action that matters. You're going to connect to some community partner that actually creates partnership. Once you've done investigation, preparation, and action, then you come back and reflect. Because the research says reflection is really where true learning occurs. When you take the time to sit back and think about what difference did this make? What did I learn about my community, the issue, myself, other class members? What difference did it make, and what do I want to do next? And then the final step is demonstration coupled with celebration. So we demonstrate what we've done to other people and celebrate our accomplishments, and at the same time it's twofold. You're trying to get other people involved with your project and settle on next steps. So the steps are investigation, preparation, action, reflection, demonstration, and celebration. And then you start back over again. So when we talk about legacy, it really is a little bit of a future orientation and helping kids think differently or more deeply about what difference is this going to make, and what do I want people to think about me when I'm no longer in 4th grade? What have I done as a 4th grader? And it's a pretty deep thought for young people, but they get it because they see other people's legacies, whether it's positive or negative. Did the kids come and destroy the playground last year, or did they plant flowers around it and raise money for a new slide? That's a concept of legacy that kids really do understand, and then you start using that language of what they want their legacy to be, and then it becomes a natural character trait building. We talk a lot about character and defining it and writing poems about trustworthiness and respect, but when kids get to demonstrate trustworthiness, respect, dignity, all of those, honesty, all of those character traits through service, then they are leaving their legacy with those character traits. When I think about a leader, I think about someone who is intellectually prepared and who can make decisions and solve problems and work with other people. All of those are parts of service learning, and unfortunately a lot of the time left out of work in a classroom. How often do students get to make decisions about what they're going to do and what they're going to learn and when they're going to do it? And so that confidence of I did this, now I can do the next step and solve my next problem really is what fosters leadership and gives them practice to make decisions and see the fruits of their labors there. None of the problems in this world are going to be solved by us knowing how to do arithmetic and knowing the kingdoms and phylums in science, but they're going to be solved by us understanding the general premise of all of that and pulling it together. It's a great opportunity for children to integrate everything they're learning to solve real-world problems. It's not just a one right answer that I fill in. I might know the right answer, but I might not know what to do with it. So this takes knowledge to that next step of action and using our knowledge to do something important. I got into teacher education because I loved teaching. Being able to teach teachers helps me to influence teaching exponentially. So each teacher is going to have at least 1,000 students in their career. And so if that teacher can take this kind of process from me, and 1,000 students are now learning how to problem solve and make decisions, and teachers are willing to take risks, then that's what's valuable to me. So I would love it if that were my legacy, that Marjorie taught me this.